Welcome to Better's Bet, where we bet better. My name is Alec. This is Moxie. And, we are now into week 7 of the NFL. Third week of the show. And, oh my goodness, man. I cannot believe we had another great week. I mean, I can believe it, but you know how typically the regression comes after you have an outstanding week, especially 5-0 confirmed plays. 3-0 on those leans that first week. I definitely came into week 6 with some caution. You yourself had a pretty decent week last week as well.
Yes, sir.
Someone whose bread and butter is college has a way better record. Cough, cough, 8-2 in the NFL. How are you feeling, bro?
I feel great, bro.
Absolutely.
I'm ready to win again this week.
Ready to win again this week? Well, aren't we all? Well, that's the goal, at least. That's the goal. But I just want to take some time just to thank everybody who has yet again taken their time out of the day to watch the video, support the channel. And, if you like what you see, just don't forget to pay the fee, like, comment, subscribe, share. It helps the channel more than you ever know. We also got our TikTok going. So if you want to go ahead, follow us over there at betters_bet, same as our Twitter. Also give us a follow on Instagram, betters.bet. And yeah, we post our plays there. We have stuff on our stories. We'll talk about live games or live looks maybe that we don't get a chance to post anywhere else. So you can see those there. And that will lead us then into our week 7 looks. Just want to let everyone know we are going to do our confirmed picks Sunday morning on our early morning show. I know I've gotten a lot of feedback about Sunday morning not being enough time to get those bets in. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to talk about early looks, what we're looking at, give people an idea so they can infer on their own and make their own decisions. But then we're going to post our confirmed plays that will go towards our record on Sunday morning. We're going to post our college confirmed picks tomorrow morning. We're going to film that also tomorrow morning, just like we're recording this video here. It's October 20th. We'll post this video around 10 a.m. Pacific time. We'll record our college video tomorrow. Same thing. Post that thing 10 a.m. Pacific time. And hopefully we can get into the green some more. But on that note, Malik, go ahead. Let's talk about your looks. We have not discussed NFL picks at all, besides the Thursday game, which we talked a little bit at your house on Tuesday, I believe. But yeah, I have 7 looks here. Gonna probably dwindle that down to confirm picks, probably just the 5. Maybe if I like everything I've written down, we'll have a couple leans because I didn't have any last week. But go ahead, brother. Let everyone know what you're looking at for week 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about tonight's game, Arizona and the Saints, and I'm looking at the over. I'm going to fade away from that trend you said you got, and there's a trend 1-5 to the under on Thursday night.
On Thursday nights, yep, 1-5 this year.
I think we're gonna get a high scoring game on Thursday. These last 2 weeks on Thursday have been really rough. So let's get a shootout here.
All right. So first look, you have Arizona and New Orleans over. Currently, I see that line is sitting at 43.5. So that has dropped a couple of points. It's dropped 2 points here. So looks like the under's being hammered. What do you got next?
We're going to take a look at the lines and buying up a half a point. Lions plus 7.5. Cowboys kind of looked rough last week. They should have covered. They just looked rough.
Okay.
I don't know
I
what
like
else
that
to say
look.
about the Cowboys.
I like that look. Well, plus with Dak coming back, he's going to be a little slow to come back. Timing's not going to be there. Me and Gage talked about this on the podcast also, Lions being a look. So I definitely, I love that look.
Okay.
What do you got next?
We're going to go with the 49ers plus 3.5, buying a point.
Okay.
That's the Super Bowl revenge game right there. And 49ers looked like shit last week. And you know what happens when the team looks like shit? They come out firing the next week. So give me 49ers plus 3.5.
Okay. I could see something like that going down. I could see some. What's another look you're looking for?
And then we got the Broncos. Broncos money line. I mean, Russell Wilson at some point has to turn it on. This Broncos team has to get a win if they want to be a playoff team. So give me Broncos money line.
Broncos money line. Okay. You're going to pay the 6 cents for the point, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, not bad at all. I personally would not want to put my money on Denver whatsoever. I would probably lean more towards the under there, but 38.5 isn't a lot.
I
Denver hasn't
mean,
shown a lot.
this Jets team is not going to just keep winning, bro. It's just not going to keep going like that.
I can see it. I can see it.
Broncos at home. They have to turn the switch right now if they want to make the playoffs.
Let's see it. What else you looking for?
And then I'm looking at the Colts over.
Okay. Colts playing Tennessee in Tennessee. Wasn't that game like 24-17 in Indianapolis a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. These two defenses are not very strong. I think we should get points in here.
Okay, that might be one I might lean against you just because, it's divisional game. Colts on the road after a comeback win at home against Jacksonville. Matt Ryan threw the ball 60 times or 58 times or whatever. Tennessee coming off of a bye. Could it go over? Sure. I don't. That's probably one I don't agree with you on yet right now. What else you looking at though?
And then I'm kind of leaning towards Packers first half over 20.5.
Packers first half over 20.5.
Yep.
Okay. And what's making you look that route?
The last two games of Commanders and Packers have been a very low scoring. I think the Commanders need to turn a switch on and start scoring some points at home.
Well, Heineke's going to be starting with
Yeah.
Carson Wentz finger issue. Almost said issue, but injury.
Yeah.
He's going to be out at least 4 to 6 weeks, maybe longer if Heineke can play well. I know he played well last year. He definitely covered spreads last year. I thought this move would happen due to a coaching decision, not due to an injury. But maybe Heineke doesn't give this job back.
Yeah. I think the Commanders might go ahead and trade Carson Wentz pretty soon.
Could happen. Do you have any other looks this week?
Not right now.
Not right now. Okay. Well, then we'll pivot into what I'm looking at this week. So just like you mentioned, a couple of the same games, Arizona, New Orleans over that 43.5, fading that 1-5 to the under. So I definitely agree with you there. I love Detroit plus the 7. The look right now, fading Dak coming back. As of right now, where that money's lying in the market. I'm expecting some Cowboys money to come in late, right before the game. day before the game. You know how they like to just throw their money away. So blindly betting the Cowboys. So we'll see how that market moves. Right now, I am early looking at Detroit to cover, even if they're behind. Just the will of this Lions team is never say die. So even if they're down, 20 points in the fourth quarter, they're going to keep trying to score. They don't care. So they could potentially backdoor cover. They're going to try to get back in the ball game where defenses are, or teams go into that hold the lead mode. They're on that comeback mode. They always will. They'll never say die, and they could always backdoor if that game
Lions
gets over.
might come out early.
I mean, they are off a bye. They got healthier. They were banged up with injuries against the Patriots, and I know they were shut out on the road. It looked ugly. They were banged up. Now, off the bye, they got healthy. Let's see what they look like. I like that look.
Yeah, and when a quarterback comes back, typically you fade away from that quarterback because there's a trend on that.
Yeah, and I mean, think about it. They don't have the reps in practice. They don't have their timing down. The game is very fast, and especially Dak couldn't grip the ball for a while. He had trying to get your timing right when you can't even really hold the ball, can't throw it. I mean, I know that has to be tough enough. So I definitely like the look of Detroit plus the points here. Third look I have here is Jacksonville by 1.5 first half. I think they'll win the game and they'll probably cover the game also, but I like Jacksonville at home in first halves. They always start off strong and then find a way to give it up later. That's just typically historically what they do, what they look at. And I'm fading away from the Giants a little bit here in this spot. Giants haven't really played many. They've played one road game and one neutral site game. They haven't, with their record, what it is, they've had a lot of home games, and their defense at home is very good and keeps them in ball games. They've come back 2 weeks in a row and had come from behind victories in the fourth quarter. I'm just fading away from that look here. I'd take Jacksonville by the 1.5 first half, and I'm thinking that's going to be a lock for me. But as of right now, I'm just looking, and I like it. Fourth look, I'm looking Cleveland plus 6.5 against Baltimore. Baltimore just finds a way to blow leads, and this is a divisional game that's typically played close. And the last 3 matchups have all been decided by 6 or less points. If you go, 3 matchups ago, Cleveland won by 2, and then you have Baltimore winning by 5, Baltimore winning by 6. Do I think Baltimore loses? No, I don't think they lose. But I think this is another potential Justin Tucker game winner situation. I feel like that's the situation they look at almost every single week. Finding a way to give the game up, needing to just get Tucker to the 40, literally. So I like Cleveland plus the 6.5. Fifth look, I like Houston and Vegas over the 45. This game started at like 42, 42.5. And I just still don't think it's the total's high enough. I think the book set the total a little too low. It's going to continuously get bet up, I believe. I just don't think it'll ever find a spot where it should have been. I think even right now at 45, 45.5, 46, that's where the line probably should have opened, is 47.5, and then let the market move it from there. That's what I think. But Raiders coming off their bye week. They had that tough road loss to Kansas City on Sunday night. I think they could put up almost 30 points on their own this week. And the Raiders defense is good to give up some points. They give up big plays somehow, some way. So I don't think that 45 or 46 is going to be enough here. I like that early look. We'll see how the market moves between now and filming of that show Sunday morning. I also have another total I like to look at here, and I'm looking at the Chargers and Seahawks over the 51.5. just like Arizona had that short week, Seattle is going to have that short week, right? They're off the short week. Chargers are also on 1 day less of rest here. Both teams played tough divisional games last week, right? Seattle played Arizona, and you know what? I'm going to retract that here. I don't know why I was looking down reading and I read the wrong line, so I apologize. Seattle is not coming off of a short week, so as I was reading that, I was like, that doesn't sound right. So Seattle's not off of a short week here, but the Chargers are off of a shorter week, 1 day less, playing Monday Night Football against not Chargers. They are the Chargers against the Broncos, and that game went to overtime also. That muff punt gave them the victory. Seattle doesn't have the 12th man. They don't have anything at home field. Their defense isn't that great. Chargers defense isn't that great. And I think we can see some points on the board. I think 51.5. The number's great. I just think they still go over. I think they still go over this 51.5. Both teams' defense is questionable, and I just see points. This is more something where, it's hard to say, oh, NFL game goes over 52. I mean, they can and they do. I just, as of right now, with teams and how they've looked, I can't say, oh, well, with all the Chargers injuries and you don't know how they're going to perform. I can't sit here and say this is the reason why, other than that's just the lean I have and that's what I'm feeling. You know how sometimes you just have a feeling about a team in a certain week, right? That's where I'm sitting at with this game over. I just have a feeling. Last game I'm going to talk about, though, is Niners and Kansas City under. You like the Niners to cover. Not necessarily saying I disagree with you. I just think the game's going to go under the 48.5. When I looked at the market,
you're going to need the 49ers show up.
49ers show up. I mean, when I look at the market and where the total opened at 50.5 and where it's sitting right now at 48.5, the money and the tickets are on the over. So that rose some questions for me, makes me raise my eyebrow a little bit.
Is the 49ers defense still banged up?
49ers defense, is it still banged up?
Yeah.
You know what? I know last week I messed up taking 49ers against Atlanta. I messed up big time. Going more off history and trends. You did tell me. You did tell me. And I don't know. I said it on the podcast with Gage also. Not all history and trends matter, because to a big degree, the product that you have on the field matters also. But when I looked at the injury report for the 49ers, everyone's questionable. So they're not ruled out. They're not probable. I mean, it's still questionable. So, even if they get half these guys back, as well as I do that the 49ers play their competition. They either play up to it or they play down to it.
And it's a revenge.
And it is a revenge. So with that revenge factor, they're back at home for the first time in 2 weeks. San Francisco's also 1-5 to the under. I wouldn't mind seeing that. And look, even after last week, there was 30. It was 21-14 at halftime, 35 points scored in the first half, and it was 7-0 second half.
Yeah. I don't know if the Chiefs are going to lose 2 in a row, but I just see it being a field goal game.
Yeah. I could see something like that, especially like teams that lose those big circle games, right? Like how last week's game against the Bills was definitely circled on both teams' calendars. Kind of deflates you a little bit when you lose, right? And I mean, not going to say Kansas City's going to come out looking awful, but they may look a little flat. they're not by any means in a tough predicament here. They're 4-2 straight up. They are still in first place in their division. They're not. They don't look like they're in trouble, but I mean, this could be a potential trap game.
Yeah,
Just my opinion.
You know, everyone's going to take the Chiefs.
I mean, looking at where the money's looking at right now, look where the money's looking at now. You have 83% of tickets, 78% of money on Kansas City, 56% of tickets on the over, 54% of the money, and you have 92% of the tickets and 84% of the money on the money line. So across the board, it's all Kansas City.
Yeah, this 49ers defense is going to put pressure on Patrick Mahomes. Just put it on him.
They're going to have to if they want to keep the game close. And if I want to see this total go under, that's the only way that they're going to do it. Patrick Mahomes is one of the best in the league at avoiding the pocket, extending the play, getting the ball downfield, converting. He just does it time and time again. I don't know how many games I've watched, with you and your dad, and you're just, I hate Patrick Mahomes. I hate the Chiefs because every time he gets out of the pocket, he typically makes play. And it's typically you getting a little mad.
That's me being a Tom Brady fan. I don't want Patrick Mahomes to be the GOAT, bro. I don't want him to be the GOAT.
I mean, I love the thought of passing of the torch and seeing someone of our generation start. Patrick Mahomes has been praised by the media, since he came in into the league essentially. And since he got the job over Alex Smith. I mean, think about it. I mean, when everyone was low on the Chiefs, I was high on them. And now that they're a weekly favorite, it's hard for me to say I hate the Chiefs. I don't hate the Chiefs. And I actually I like Patrick Mahomes. I'm all about seeing players break records because personally, records are meant to be broken. Think about it. When you were a kid and when you were playing sports, I mean, that's all you talked about or all you thought about. I mean, I know for me personally, when I was a kid growing up playing in the backyard, I was always talking about, breaking Barry Bonds' home run record. So, I mean, even though, even if something seems so out of reach, records are meant to be broken. And I love that aspect of it. Is it hard to always see its certain team win? Well, I think about it, bro. Patriot fans, I mean, there's people that hated us just because we won all the time. Now we don't. So, I mean, everything comes for full circle. And I can't say that I hate the Chiefs, but I think on that note, bro, we got all of our looks out there. We'll go ahead and we'll get everything buckled down here within the next couple of days. We'll have our college picks to talk about tomorrow morning. We're not going to just do looks for college football tomorrow. We will be doing confirmed plays for college football also. So look out for that college football video tomorrow morning. And then NFL confirmed picks Sunday morning, super early in the morning. So if you're about your money, you better wake up and pop into the show. It'll be a nice, quick, easy 10, 15-minute show. We will let you know what we're on because if you've been following us and you've been with us, you've been cashing just like we've been cashing. The numbers don't lie. Go back and watch. You can also pop over into our TikTok. We love doing some little fun parlays. I mean, just some fun money because, all about this show, we are about our unit betting and long-term profitability. Whereas, over on TikTok, why not turn a couple bucks into over 1,100, 1,200, 1,600, right? Just a couple dollars, right?
Yep, just a couple dollars.
But again, big thank you to everybody that takes the time out of their day to watch our videos. Leave a comment down below for the looks and plays that you are looking at this week. And until next time, we are going to cash.
Yes, sir.
And on Better's Bet, we bet better.